All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, it's an interesting weekend in the world of college football. So I'm going to be talking about my key games here. Not as many as we've had in recent weekends, but nonetheless, there are some very important games that we have to pay attention to this Saturday. Going to start off in Chicago at Soldier Field, as you're going to have the 12th ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on the 18th ranked Badgers of Wisconsin. And for the Irish, they are looking to defeat their second consecutive Big Ten team as we saw them get past Purdue last week at home. Now, Notre Dame quarterback Jack Coan is going to face his former teammates. And of course, Coan began his collegiate career at Wisconsin. He decided to transfer, went to Notre Dame, and now he's beginning to get his feet wet in this Brian Kelly system. But with that said, in facing his former teammates, he's got to try to make sure that he doesn't make this about himself. I know he's always amped up to play, but I know he's really going to be amped up to play and this one against the Badgers. But nonetheless, he's got to keep it within the realm of this Notre Dame system. Trust running back Kyron Williams because he is a workhorse and he is a guy that can really deliver and he can have a big time impact in this game. If the Irish get their running game going, I expect a lot of play action passing, and tight end Michael Mayer is definitely going to benefit off of that. But you look at what Notre Dame brings to the table defensively. Linebacker JT Bertrand, already 35 tackles this season, and you think about the pass rushing ability of Isaiah Foskey. This guy can bring it, and he's going to make life tough for this Wisconsin offense come Saturday. Safety Kyle Hamilton already has 3 picks, and that's important because Wisconsin quarterback Graham Mertz has not played good so far in the Badgers' 2 games, and he definitely has to play much better going into this contest. Running back Ches Malusi, and you think about Wisconsin over the years, they always produce a quality running game, and that running game could spell problems for Notre Dame in this one. Now, one thing that you have to look at, Wisconsin, they had an extra week to prepare for this contest as they were off last week while Notre Dame played. I think this is going to be a paint swapping type of affair, an old school Big Ten type of affair, if you will. The fans are definitely going to be electric for this one in Chicago. And I'm going to take Notre Dame in a close one by the score of 30-24. Now you're going to have the 7th ranked Texas A&M Aggies traveling to take on the 16th ranked Arkansas Razorbacks, as this is a SEC opener for both clubs. And as both of them are in the SEC West, you don't want to fall behind too far because that is definitely the tougher division in the Southeastern Conference. For Texas A&M and head coach Jimbo Fisher, he's rolling with quarterback Zach Calzada in this one. But make no mistake about it, the Aggies can run the football. And I think Isaiah Spiller at tailback is going to have a big impact on this game. DeMarvin Neal already 2.5 sacks. And can he get to Arkansas quarterback KJ Jefferson? That's going to be important because if you've watched KJ Jefferson play so far this season, he has plenty of confidence. And not to mention, he also has the ability to play the position. So with that said, when you have a confident quarterback who can get it done, on a team that a lot of people really weren't expecting a lot from. This Arkansas team, I know that they're home and I know that the fans are going to be into it, but they're playing with house money and they've been dangerous so far and they will continue to be dangerous. Running back Traylon Smith can have an impact in this game, as can wide receiver Traylon Burks rather. And you look at this Arkansas defense led by Bumper Poole, the linebacker. They know how to get after opponents. Just ask Texas about what happened to them a few weeks ago when they stepped on the field with the Razorbacks. But nonetheless, A&M is the better team. Jimbo Fisher will definitely have his team ready to play. This is going to be a close game, and A&M is going to have to work for the victory. But I'm going to take the Aggies on the road by the score of 34-27. And finally, in the Big 12 Conference, you're going to have the 14th ranked Cyclones out of Iowa State traveling to Waco to take on the Baylor Bears. And for Iowa State, Brock Purdy's got to play better. You know, people were talking about him possibly getting benched recently. He's got to play better. for this Iowa State team going forward because, again, a lot of people expected and still expect Iowa State to be in the mix to win the Big 12 conference. Running back Brees Hall, just give him the football and get out of his way. But you look at the talent that's on this Iowa State team, and there's plenty of it. Wide receiver Xavier Hutchinson, to name one. Defensively with Jake Hummel at linebacker, and then, of course, with Will McDonald at defensive end. There is talent there. And that's important because this is the first real test for Baylor so far this season. They've had their way with opponents, and now they're getting into the meat of their conference schedule, if you will. And of course, the games are going to get tougher. Quarterback Jerry Bohannon, what is he going to bring to the table in this one, as well as running back Abram Smith and wide receiver RJ Sneed? I think that the fans down there in Waco will definitely have an impact on this game. Iowa State is a veteran team, and this is a hostile environment that they're going in, but they won't be phased by it. But with that said, I like Baylor at home in a tight one, and I'm going to take the Bears by the score of 30-29. So, folks, those are my picks for this Saturday in the world of college football. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast. As always, thank you so much for checking this out. If you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'd be my pleasure to follow you right back. Also, got the Sports Depot 365 on Facebook. Check it out as well. And if you're liking this, please feel free to hit the like button as well as the subscribe button to this channel. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I'm signing off and I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful night and enjoy the college football action this Saturday.